Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and no, it's not a reaction. Haha, had you fooled. This one is more of a discussion-y vlog sort of style video, like what I've done with my slam dunk stuff in the past. I saw this on, it was the Uprawr Foundation Podcast. They posted this and I thought, oh, do you know what? This will make a very interesting discussion video. I think it's something that is going to sadly happen and it's going to be worrying for a lot of bands, but I thought this would be an interesting sort of debate, I think. So, if you don't know what to talk about, this is in relation to an AI band. I first caught a glimpse of this, it was Lucas from Holding Absence. He tweeted something and I went, wait, what? And then there were some articles that were coming out from a lot of the musical trades, like NME, Rolling Stones did one, and a lot of sort of music journalists magazines. And I thought this would be interesting to talk about this because unfortunately AI is here, but some of the stuff that Lucas was saying, I was like, oh no, this is actually kind of worrying for bands and the music scene as a whole. I'll reference the article, what this is about, and I'm just going to kind of give my thoughts on it as well. But yeah, so basically, there's been a lot of AI bands that have been doing the works lately, and the reason this one is worth discussing is because they're a band that's been around, I think it's like a month. Bearing in mind, a band like Holding Absence has been around for 10 years grafting, and they've overtaken Holding Absence in streaming numbers. Let that sink in. Right, so the article, yeah, this is from NME, so I'll post the link down below so you can read the full thing. I'm going to read through majority of it, but some of it I'll skip through, otherwise this will be a long ass video. But yeah, so this is the title of the headline. It says, AI band inspired by Holding Absence overtakes them on Spotify, and a quote from Lucas, it's disheartening, it's insulting, it's a wake up call. This is a fair statement. So the AI Act have 897,349 monthly listeners on the platform, which is on Spotify, which is mental. Yeah, so obviously it goes on to say Cardiff rock group Holding Absence have hit out an AI band which is overtaking their streaming figures on Spotify. Sharing a post on X Twitter on September 30th, frontman Lucas Woodland wrote, so an AI band who cites an influence, obviously modelled from them, have just overtaken us on Spotify in only 2 months. That's 2 months, right? That's quite alarming. The vocalist continued, it's shocking, it's disheartening, it's insulting, more importantly, it's a wake-up call. Woodland signed off by urging his followers to oppose our music or bands like us stop existing. Right, so this is his tweet. So it says, yeah, so an AI band who cites as an influence, i.e. it's modelled off our music, has just overtaken us on Spotify in only 2 months. It's shocking, it's disheartening, it's insulting, most importantly, it's a wake-up call. Oppose our music or bands like us stop existing. So according to The Music, which I think is like another publication or a stat platform for music, the AI band in question is Bleedingverse. On the group's official Instagram page, it's noted they use AI assisted instrumentation and vocals. The YouTube channel, which has 2.75k subscribers, includes the same description. It also name checks Woodland's group, reading, Bleedingverse is an emotional post-hardcore band crafting cinematic soundscapes and heartbreak heavy melodies. That just sounds AI written, that just has AI written over it. Inspired by it's like Daysig and Holding Absence, we blend ambient textures, soaring vocals and post lyricism to explore grief, identity and healing, lyrics from the heart, AI assisted instrumentation and vocals. Bleedingverse's official Spotify profile currently shows they have 897,349 monthly listeners at the time of writing. Holding Absence page meanwhile displays 847,638 monthly streams, and that band's been around for 2 months for a band that's grafted for 10 years. Nah, man. Nah. The AI Act's top song, If You Love Me Then, has racked up 2,605,508 plays in total. Holding Absence's biggest track on the platform, Afterlife, easily their biggest song, boasts an overall stream count of 89,759,788. So obviously it's got the bigger numbers. The first No Bleedingverse album, I Became What You Broke, was uploaded to Spotify on July 25th, ahead of a string of singles and an EP called The Anatomy of Hurt. Elsewhere, some Reddit users have noted that some of Bleedingverse's music regularly features on personalised music discovery playlists like Discover Weekly and Release Radar, which is obviously on Spotify. You have those playlists for like new releases. Holding Absence released their third and latest studio album, The No Wire Self-Destruction 2023 via Sharp Tongue, which is a banger by the way. This song they teamed up with Halicine on the collaborative single Bite My Tongue, that's a banger as well. Last week, Spotify confirmed it was cracking down on AI by removing 75 million spammy tracks and targeting impersonators. The statement titled, Spotify strengthens AI protections for artists, songwriters and producers. added AI technology is evolving fast and will continue to roll out new policies frequently. It's an interesting point. It comes amid a period of controversy for AI technology and music. A study late last year gave a start warning that people working in the industry were likely to lose a quarter of their income to artificial intelligence over the next 4 years. That's a worrying stat. And then he goes on to say, like, Paul McCartney, Kate Bush, and Elton John are among the big British artists to have urged Keir Starmer, who's the UK Prime Minister, to protect the work of creators last month. This came off the Prime Minister told NME, quote, "It's very important we protect creativity, and we're brilliant at creativity in this country. We punch well above our weight within the country and globally, and we're all really proud of that. We need to get the balance right. That's why we did a long and important consultation, and we're going through the response of that consultation now, so it is a question of getting the balance right." His comments followed a call on the UK government from various major acts to change copyright laws to combat the tech as it progresses rapidly. Elton John claimed in January that AI would dilute and threaten young artists' earnings. He's not wrong. While backing criticism from Paul McCartney. Recently, Kalani hit out at an AI-generated artist receiving like $3 million, which is $2.2 million record deal. What? Other critics of the tech include Mazda Marco and ZSA, while ABBA's Jorn Uveus has called AI such a great tool. And then obviously at the time of this article, Spotify founder Daniel Ek announced that he would be stepping down from the role of CEO. He had previously received backlash for issues regarding artist payment. So there's many things to dissect in that. I think the worrying thing, because let's face it, AI is here to stay. Obviously we had this in, like, when we had the writers' strike and the actors' strike in America, like over, was it last year, I think, where this is one of the concerns they had, was that AI was threatening them, because at one point they were talking about taking like a digital likeness of, like, say an extra or an actor. They owned that likeness and they could use it in films, and then it was like, well, that's going to put a lot of people out of work, which obviously that was vetoed very, very quickly. And now you've got it translated to music, because like AI bans have been a thing for a while, but it's only when you actually sit and you read the stats you're like, how disheartening and scary is that? You know, holding absence, obviously they're the subject of the conversation for this, but yeah, they've been a band for 10 years. They've grafted, like, I think, because I saw them in 2023, and I think they must have played nearly 300 shows that year. So they're a band that tours endlessly. Yeah, so they released their third album 2 years ago, but the fact that an AI band's been around for 2 months and it's overtaken them in streaming numbers, which is really disheartening, because they're a band that work their bollocks off. Like, if you're into the alternative scene like me, Holding Absence, you know, those guys they work their freaking asses off. Like, you know, they've been supporting, obviously, doing their main tours, festival appearances, 3 really, really great albums, and obviously I imagine they're working on their full follow-up now. But it's really sad to see that a band that's grafting that long, it's like, well, what's the point when an AI band can do it in 2 months? I think the thing is with AI, there's ways that it can be used that are beneficial, but I think when it comes to creativity, music, film, gaming, like that kind of area, it's going to replace a lot of things. And let's face it, if I don't know how an AI band would even work live, it's not going to have the same impact. Like, if you had the choice of me seeing bleedingverse or Holding Absence, I'll pick Holding Absence every time. 1, I'm a fan. 2, they're incredible live. And 3, you can't replicate a live band. You can't. From my experience, I don't think you can do that. Like, because what's it going to be? It's just going to be like maybe some screens with like the band on there. Like, it's just not going to be the same, and I think it's going to ruin live shows. I don't know, some people might feel different, but I just think, you know, this is a time when you really got to, if you've got a favourite band, you've got to see them at shows, buy their merch. Obviously, if you buy physical, because that seems to be the only way that can really help bands these days. And if you're seeing stats like this after 2 months, it's like, it's worrying. And I suppose in a way it is a wake-up call for a lot of bands in the scene. But then it begs the question, what's the music industry going to look like in a few years? Like, you know, you see those films where it's like, oh, AI's going to take over in like 10, 20 years. It's happening now, man. Like, we're in 2025 and we're already getting AI from, say, I don't know, the start of the year till now. It's already moved very rapidly. And that's transitions to music. It's just, I don't know, it's kind of worrying. It is a worrying thing, because it's saying that there's not really any protection at the moment for bands and music entities. And you understand why people fight for like their creative freedom, like trying to get the masters of their music, because that's the currency of music. Like if like whether you like her or whether you hate her, like with what Taylor Swift did, getting obviously own all the masters for her albums, and then she can re-record them, because that's the currency of music. If you can own your masters for your recordings and your albums, that's kind of like the Super Bowl of music, if you like, to own your original masters and recordings. But yeah, it's kind of a worrying thing, because you know, we've all got favourite bands we love to see. They've impacted our lives. We've grown up on them. And if that was sort of taken away and then replaced by an AI band, which has got as intelligent as AI is, I don't think it's going to have that same human approach, like the themes, like, you know, the grafting. That you could just program something and it's done. So I don't know. It's interesting thought, but I think it's kind of worrying for bands as well. And like, you look at Holding Absence's stats, they've been around for years, and it's kind of like, what's the point if an AI band's going to take us over in 2 months? So I thought it was an interesting discussion. I don't really know how people sit on this. I mean, you know, I'm a music fan through and through. Like, the bands I love have literally shaped me. I've grown up with them. Like, you know, the bands have grown, I've grown. Same with fans all over the country and the world. It's just, yeah, I don't know if that was taken away. I think the music scene will look very different, and I don't know if that would be for the better. But it's one of those conversations where I don't think everyone's going to agree. Some people might really like the AI stuff, and if you do, more power to you. That's people's prerogative. Like, I'd never sort of attack someone for stuff they like, but for me personally, I don't know, man. It doesn't sit right to me. And if all my bands started to suddenly fall off the radar and they weren't going to do music or tour anymore, I think that's a sad world to live in. But yeah, I just thought this would be an interesting discussion. Obviously, if anyone's got any opinions, comment a video down below. I'll be very interested to see what people think. I think it's something that divides a lot of people. Obviously, it's kind of clear where I stand on it. I would always want to support bands, but yeah, I don't know, man. AI, I'm not a fan of AI. I don't know, man. It's an interesting discussion. Let me know what you guys think. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I've waffled on for this way too long. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe down below, and stay tuned for more videos. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video, guys. Till then, take care. Thanks for watching, and peace out.